struggle. They're middle of the pack in this league when it comes to converting on third down.
Ready, set, go!
3rd and 4. Ta'amu, quick toss. There's a conversion on third down to Cornell Powell, who leads the UFL in receiving touchdowns with 5. No touchdown here, but a first down.
Oh, watch what Cornell Powell is able to do. He's spinning out of this pass, but I'm going to talk about the communication with the ball placement. First of all, he knows that he's going to hitch up because it's zone, but then that ball is right on his face to his outside shoulder, which is communicating him, hey, you got defense on the inside, you go spin it on the outside and get yards after the catch.
First catch for Roland, and a couple of yards after the catch for him, down to the 44 of Houston.
Well, Roland came into today with 33 catches, but in the last 2 weeks, he's only had 2. And this is a guy that they need to get going. He's going to be a big piece of this offense. If they're going to go compete for and win a championship and succeed in the playoffs, I think Roland's going to need to be a big piece of what they do offensively.
Ready, set, go!
2nd down and 7. Ta'amu to the air again. Over the middle, wide open, and dropped at the 28-yard line. Seth Williams making his UFL debut. You can't get a much better target than that. He couldn't hold it in.
Holy cow. I don't know what you do if you're the quarterback there. Just come back and pat him on the butt and say, try again later. You can't execute better than that. If you're a quarterback, he goes all the way to his third man in the progression, climbs up in the pocket. That ball has got to be caught. And certainly Seth Williams is going to be on shaky ground over on the sideline after this series.
Ready.
6th round pick of the Broncos in 2021 out of Auburn. Ta'amu on third down. There's a toss and catch. Powell breaking tackles, and Powell's taking it all the way for a DC touchdown.
Cornell.
His 6th touchdown catch of the year, and what a start for DC.
I mean, he had a big game last week, 4 catches for 59 and 2 touchdowns, and here we go. And this is what I love about it. Watch this on the outside, and he's going to run almost what looks like a pick and just beats the corner. The safety takes a bad angle, and Powell is gone. Ta'amu took a big hit here right as he was letting go of that ball. And again, the courage from the quarterback, that's always going to pay dividends. This is why your offensive line and your wide receivers and your running backs, everybody on the team gains trust and belief in a quarterback that's willing to stand in there, take a shot, and deliver the ball down the field. Ta'amu does it there for a touchdown. And how about this DC offense? I told you they were playing well, and right down the field they go on the first possession.
Cornell Powell, 6 touchdown catches this year.
Ready.
And now they'll go for 2. After the 44-yard score, Ta'amu over the middle, and it's intercepted. Picked off and on the run, making moves and scooting down the sideline is Marvin Moody. And Moody inside the 20. Can he leg it all the way to the end zone? Breaking tackles, and Moody scores. To the other way as Moody goes the distance, and Houston gets a spark.
Feel like I'm at a wrestling match. We get a 2-point reversal there. From the takedown, touchdown for Powell, right down the middle of the field, and the reversal. Marvin Moody, 100 yards the other way. Conversion attempt. Ta'amu, his eyes on the left side the entire time, and that's what Moody is able to just read. He steps right in front of the intended receiver, and now we're in a foot race. But I do have to credit a couple of guys on DC. How about Chris Rowland and Jaden Mickens? They were all the way down the field trying to make a play on that return, and Moody was able to get all the way into the end zone, and now he gets to talk with Jenny Taft.
All right, Joel, I was a little bit tired from running across the field to find this guy. Marvin, take me into first the play and the vision on what you saw, and then I'll get to the speed in these temps.
Well, our coach just called a great call. I was in my right spot that I was supposed to be in, and I happened to make a play.
130 degrees. I just put that up to the field. That's how warm it is. Yet you managed to run that whole way. You're catching your breath a little bit. How'd you do it? How you feeling?
Man, I had to do it for my brothers. They had to do it for me. I had to do it for them.
Anything else we should know about you, about this team, and how you guys want to finish this season?
And we're going to finish strong. Just want to let everybody know we're going to finish very strong. Finish out the season and come back better next year.
I'm going to let you hydrate. Joel, Kevin?
Well, when you're from Bryant, Arkansas, and you played at Tulane, this is nothing. This heat is nothing.
I was going to say, this is easy. You get a September game in Tulane, and woo.
Not to mention 2-a-days in August. Come on now.
Goodness. I'm about to break out in hives just thinking about get a heat rash.
From the 5-yard line, Cyril Grayson stepping through one tackle. Grayson fights his way out near the 30-yard line, and that's where Jalen McClendon is going to get his 5th start. Just shy of the 30-yard line, 4th in the UFL in passing yards, 3rd in yards per game in only 5 games this year. Pretty impressive for Jalen McClendon.
I mean, think of what he was able to do last week. 30 of 50 kept for 316 and 2 touchdowns. He's also going to be hyper motivated today. He played for DC last year. He played in 3 games, did not start any, but played for this DC team. So you know that he wants to exact some level of revenge.
149 yards passing a year ago for DC. He'll check it down here and up the sideline with some room to run before being upended is Jacorius Spivey. So with Houston on offense, Joel, who you have your eyes on here?
Well, on the outside, it's got to be Justin Hall. 11 catches last week. He leads the UFL in receptions. He was all-league a year ago. Zaquandre White is a guy 7 yards per carry in the last couple of games. And then on the opposite side, Derek Robertson, 5.5 sacks. This is a guy that leads the league with 38 pressures. He's in the backfield constantly.
180. What's up?
2nd down and 3 and a fumble. Dropped the football, fortunate to pounce on top of that at the 35, Zaquandre White.
Well, I thought DC did a nice job of having a couple of guys jump out into that gap and forced McClendon into a read where he's got to hand that football off, but it just was not a very clean handoff. And White gets a favorable bounce and is able to get on that football, and Houston does not turn it over.
Green, ready? Green. Let's go. Yeah. Here you go. 180. What's up? Green 18. Green 18's up.
3rd and 4. McClendon in some trouble, trying to get away, and he can't. Excellent coverage downfield. That gave Joe Wallace time to get there and get his 4th sack of the season.
I mean, this was good coverage. There was nowhere to go with the football. McClendon is looking on the left side and doesn't have anywhere to throw it, and that's what allows, you get Joe Wallace in here. There's Joe Wallace working on the tackle. Eventually, he's going to go all the way outside, and then right there, he just kind of finds himself at the quarterback and goes and brings him down. McClendon looking left, didn't have anywhere to go with the football because of the excellent coverage by that secondary.
Houston will punt this one away. Mickens from the 25. Jaden Mickens breaking a tackle at the 35. Nice move at the 40, and then the spin down to the 41. Good field position for DC after the sack by Joe Wallace. Gets the ball back for the defenders, for at least Shannon Harris and Jalen McClendon. But Jalen McClendon would very much like to best his former teammate Jordan Ta'amu today.
Oh, that's right. That familiarity, you want to go out and play well, there's no doubt. But, this league is also about opportunities. And McClendon found his opportunities, and he's taken advantage of them.
On 1st down, the handoff to Deion Jackson, who fights for 2.
On the carry, number 97,
this is an offense that's not going to just lean on the run game. They're 5th in the league in rushing, but 1st in passing. They have thrown the most passes of any team in the UFL. On that first drive, there were 5 throws to only 1 run play. And you can see why. They've got excellent wide receivers that understand coverage. And if Houston continues to try to run man coverage, they're really going to have a field day.
Short toss on the cross to Seth Williams, who makes his first catch after a drop earlier, and now a big 3rd down play call early.
Hold on. Sugar.
Let's go. Spread right, spread left. 72 to Miami. Whip. 72 to Miami. Whip.
Q Miami whip. I'm ready. Same thing. You got.
Tighten it up.
Offensive coordinator Fred Keiss on the call.
Row. Ready, to go.
Tamu looking for Roland, makes a nice little move and dives for the first down. DC moves the chains. Fred Keiss now with a 1st and 10.
Texas right. 28. 29 Packer. 29 Packer.
29 Packer. Here we go. Hey, easy. Roger. Yeah. Ready, to go.
On 1st and 10, handoff up the middle. Jackson barrels his way to the 40-yard line. 8-yard pickup on 1st down.
Right. 24 dart. 24 dart. Spread them out pretty good.
Spread right. Let it out. Yes. 2-4 dart. Here we go. Here we go. Ready, to go.
2nd and 2. Jackson, the fake. Tamu, the key, and a 1st down as he gets to the 32-yard line.
Thank you. Love. Appreciate it, boys.
Spread, you got 10 personnel. You want to get 10 in?
10.
Get 10 personnel in. Spread right. Quack. Red, go switch. Spread right, quack. Red, go switch.
Go. Hurry up. Hey, get set. Ready, to go.
Mickens the motion man, 4-man rush from Houston. Tamu down the sideline, just past the outstretched arms of Jaden Mickens.
What a great route from Mickens. This ball just outside of his reach. Watch this. You heard go switch. They're running goes, but they switch the release right there. And he goes from the inside receiver to the second receiver right down the seam. And it is there. Tamu just over his fingertips. That should have been 6. And DC let one go there.
I'm running. Here we go. Get set, Chris. Get set.
Gotta hurry. Play clock running down. 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Tamu, a dart. In motion, the catch by Chris Roland, who takes a big hit down at the 13-yard line.
This is just a great job by Roland of attacking this middle section of the defense. Watch him just kind of knife through. He goes up, bends it up, and then just across the face of the safety. He knows he's going to take a big hit right there. And he has the courage to catch that ball.
19-yard pickup. Tamu the fade, and he faded a little too much, looking for Cornell Powell, trying to hook up for the 2nd time today.
I don't know if that one slipped out of his hand or what. That one looked funky, almost like he was throwing it away. I mean, that was 5 yards out of bounds. This offense is rolling right now. They're getting up and down the field. And then once they're in the red zone, as you can see, 7 touchdowns in their last 7 drives. So they have been very effective punching it in.
Here we go.
Once they have an offensive series that gets inside of the red zone, that's where they're at now here on this 2nd and 10 snap.
Trying to keep that momentum going this week and next week before the playoffs.
Go.
2nd down and 10. Handoff Smith. And not much there for Abram Smith. And now a 3rd down play call from Fred Keiss.
Hey, hold on. Come here. Hold on. Hey, on the double, okay, guys?
Let's go 11. Let's go 11. Spread right. Why Cleveland? Red. Why Cleveland?
Why Cleveland? On the double, ready? Let's go.
They better go quick here. Fred Keiss did not give his quarterback a lot of time here. That is a frustrating thing for a quarterback to get a play call that late.
And now movement on the left side. Nobody was organized there.
Well, and not surprised. It starts with the late play call.
Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
You know, I mean, and listen, I know that you're like nitpicking here, but as a quarterback, that is just a huge pet peeve of mine is the late play. Because then you're having to rush everybody up to the line of scrimmage. So many mistakes are made because coaches are not prepared to call plays.
Well, that's the one thing Shannon Harris told us before the game that they had to work on. He said, we want to fine-tune our fundamentals and eliminate the little mistakes, like a 5-yard penalty in that situation.
Yeah, and again, though, like I'll just give the offensive line the benefit of the doubt here. You're trying to rush because the offensive coordinator called the play late.
3rd and 14, Tamu with pressure coming, dancing away, checks it down, incomplete. At the 15-yard line, trying to check it down to his tight end, Briley Moore, and it's 4th and 14. And for the first time since week 5 at Arlington, the DC defenders will attempt a field goal.
Yeah, just never in real good sequence there. Once they got into the red zone, they had that funky kind of threw it away, out of bounds. Then they had the late play call with a false start. You get backed up, and now Matt McCrane on the field. First field goal attempt in a number of weeks here for McCrane.
McCrane's been solid all year, 13 of 16, but has only been practice kicking for the last few weeks until this one. His first field goal attempt and his first make.
I mean, I don't want to. Do you think he knew who that was?
I think he had an idea.
Do you think? Okay.
Yeah, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. He probably knew.
Well, maybe if he did, then he's a better man than I, because that guy for sure would have gotten a bud from me. Hey, bud.
Hey, bud, pal. Across the 25 and down at the 30-yard line is Cyril Grayson, and now the Roughnecks offense and Jalen McClendon back to work.
Well, this team is at their best when they're throwing the football down the field, you know, and they need a couple of things to get going in order for that to happen. One, they've got to be able to run the football and do it decently on first down so they can get a manageable situation on 2nd and 3rd down, and then they've got to hold up in protection. The coverage down the field was great on their first series, and that's why they gave up that sack. But we'll see if they can get some protection here for McClendon on their second series.
Here you go. 180. What's that?
From the 30-yard line, off play action. McClendon over the middle, incomplete. Tried to squeeze that one in at the 44-yard line to Justin Hall. Flag is down.
Number 50, be a 15-yard penalty.
We like that, 5-0?
Yeah, it was incomplete, right? Yeah. Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 50. Defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Derek Roberson with the flag.
Well, watch Roberson as he comes in here. McClendon lets the ball go, and then he's just late, and I mean, this is a big hit. It's borderline, but you're always going to get the benefit of the doubt as a quarterback. And Roberson, who's been one of the better defenders in the league, like I said, he leads all UFL players with his 38 pressures coming into this ball game, and that one was just a little too late.
Here you go. You call this bear?
Second in the league in sacks with 5.5.
Hey, go. Hey. Hey, opposite.
First down at 10 at the 45 for Houston.
180. What's that?
So Lingard, the running back, and he gets the carry. Nice little move, finds some space, breaking tacklers and bowling over defenders all the way down to the 38-yard line of DC.
I tell you, he read this so well because watch, you're going to get a DC defender. The outside linebacker actually cuts inside of the tight end, which forces him to cut back. Right there. See, there's an unblocked player, so he's got to go back to the right side. Good vision, patience. It's an excellent run right there from Lingard.
17 yards later, another first down for Houston.
Here you go. All right. 180. What's that?
9-2 ball game. McClendon slings this one. A little sidearm toss down the sidelines, and another first down as Cam Sutton moves the chains, and Eric Price, the offensive coordinator, with a first down.
Yeah. Stick F Lucy. Fixed right close, H motor, 351, Y stick, F Lucy.
Hey, fixed right close. Hey, fixed left close, H motor, 351, Y stick, F Lucy. Monday, ready? Come on. Yeah. Hey, go ahead. All right, here we go.
Y stick is just a basic out route with the tight end right here.
Over the middle, and that's Justin Hall yanked down, shy of the first down. He was saying he wasn't touched. officials are going to mark him 2 yards short.
The read is on the left side, but he gets pressure here, which means that he goes to the hot receiver, and that's Hall on the backside. That's really good recognition from McClendon, who's supposed to be front side, left side over there with the Y stick, but he gets pressure off the backside, so he just throws that football where the players were vacating, and he gets a nice completion to Hall.
Here we go.
2nd down and 2.
180. What's that?
McClendon with the fake, now the keep, and McClendon slides with a 1st down. Eric Price with a 1st down play call coming up for Houston.
Pistol flood right slot. 39 Wanda, kill 39 Arc. Pistol flood right slot, 39 Wanda, kill 39 Arc.
No. We ain't going. Huh? Oh, no, we not snapping. We not snapping.
We letting it run? Hey, what did he
we don't got to snap it. We don't got to snap it.
Did he call anything?
Yeah. 39 Wanda.
Control. Was it a nigga behind me? Easy.
We're going to let this clock run out, clearly. And we've reached the end of the 1st quarter in Houston with the defenders up near the 10-yard line.
They're going up against a DC defense that I would categorize as a boom or bust defense, not bend, don't break. It's the actual opposite of that, boom or bust. Lots of pressure, not great in the red zone. In fact, they're last in terms of giving up touchdowns once they're in the red zone. So this is an area of the field where they've really struggled.
Come on.
And we'll see if they can stop Houston on this series and force them into a field goal opportunity.
All right, here we go.
You saw those numbers, almost 30 points per game allowed over the last 5. 2nd and 8. McClendon, short toss, big hit, jarring it loose from Lingard. That's a stick from DeAndre Baker.
Baker, remember the former first-round draft pick, Thorpe Award winner at Georgia, came up with a big hit, playing some zone defense down there. Lots of eyes in the backfield on McClendon. So if you're McClendon here on a 3rd and 8, this is almost certainly going to have to be a really tight window throw. So as a quarterback, you get in a long yardage 3rd down situation in the red zone, you've got to anticipate windows as well as you do anywhere on the field. We'll see if he can do it here.
180. What's that?
3rd and 8. Just got the snap. McClendon going to try to run, and there's nowhere to go. Well short of the 1st down. Brian Abraham able to catch up to him first, and it's 4th down for Houston.
And again, we get that aggressive nature from this defense. You get up the field here, you get a linebacker that is blitzing right up the middle. A good stunt, and they're able to fall off and get to McClendon before he can get to the line to gain. And a rare stop for this DC defense in the red zone. Again, they were last in the UFL when it comes to giving up touchdowns in the red zone, and here they're forcing Houston into a field goal attempt.
From Chris Blewett, who was with the Stallions for a few games last year, was in the USFL with the Maulers in 2023. And Blewett's 28-yard try is good. And with 12:59 to play in the 1st half, DC's lead is 4. It's 9-5 in Houston on 5-3. They're going to bring Jordan Ta'amu out for every game after that kind of start.
Kind of like a fast start here for this DC offense, you know, right down the field a couple of times.
From the 5-yard line, Mickens looking for space, and he slips on his cut, or rather, Abram Smith slips on his cut. And the journey for Jordan Ta'amu has been one with many stops. As you look on the tote board, where's he been? Texans, Battlehawks, Chiefs, Lions, Chiefs again, Lions again, Commanders, Panthers, and the Tampa Bay Bandits, the DC Defenders, time with the Vikings, then the Defenders in the last couple of years. USFL passing leader in 2022, the Offensive Player of the Year in 2023. But both Shannon Harris and Jordan Ta'amu say, look, my game's gone to a different level since that wide and varied path.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think I've seen him now for a few years in this league. I think this is the best football that he's been playing since I can remember.
Nowhere to go for Deion Jackson. And for more on Jordan Ta'amu, we welcome back in Jenny Tapp.
Well, it's interesting that you guys talk about that journey, and Joel mentions just the confidence he's playing with. I caught up with Jordan just before the game, and it was fun for me, guys, because I've known him since 2020 when we had the XFL on Fox, and I've been following his story, and there is a difference between arrogance and confidence. He said he was ready for this year. He was ready to lead. He's been intentional about his leadership, and as we've discussed, he wants to win the MVP. He's not shy about saying it, but he's the one leading this offense, and boy, has he made an impact this season.
Well, and he's the odds-on favorite, Jenny, to get that MVP award, especially with Bryce Perkins' injury late in the season. Those two were running neck and neck for a while, Joel, but it really feels like Jordan Ta'amu has pulled away in that race.
Yeah, and at this point, you kind of wonder, you know, how much more time they're going to play him as the playoff matchups are already set. But you can see, went to Ole Miss, USFL passing yards in 2020. He was the leader in touchdowns with the Bandits. This is a guy that's played a lot of football. I fully expect him to be in a camp again this fall. And the small delay, we had an injured Roughneck there. Allen is up and on the sideline. But I expect Ta'amu to be in a camp because he is playing well enough to be in a camp. He's got total control of the offense. You can see in his pace of play and the accuracy with which he throws the football.
Another accurate toss there. The catch by Cornell Powell out to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 6. And so a pace now applied by DC for this third down.
Starting to go a little quick, and now they'll go back and huddle up. But what I love about Ta'amu is that he puts stress on the defense. So the defense, it feels like the offense is playing at breakneck pace, you know, once the ball is snapped. And yet, Ta'amu is very unhurried in his play, you know, so you can tell that the game is slow for him mentally. It's what allows him to play on time and on target.
3rd and 6, on time, on target, but just short of the first down. He was counting on Mason Fairchild being able to turn that upfield, and is a yard short of the first.
For a true line measurement.
So we'll get our true line measurement here and see just how close they are to the first down.
I mean, what a play by Sean Preston.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 11:28 and 30 seconds on the play clock, please.
Take a look at our true line measurement, and you can see 16 inches short, and Sean Preston is the one to thank for that from Houston, number 12. Great coverage, and then making the tackle right at the catch
After review, the runner is short. It'll be 4th down.
Mason Fairchild just didn't have any ability, Kev, to turn that ball upfield. You know, Preston just took his legs away right away. And terrific coverage and a great tackle there in his secondary spot. Now DC's got a decision to make.
I don't want them flying out. I don't want them flying out. So good
Looks
job.
like they've made that decision, and Paxton Brooks comes out onto the field to punt this away. So on their own end of the midfield stripe, DC going to put it on their defense to hold this 9-5 lead. And Houston now with a timeout.
I see.
This balmy afternoon.
There is
you
no
see
charge
Ta'amu.
timeout for Houston. The ball had not been made ready for play. It's 4th down.
So wipe that time off that was called and put it back into Houston's pocket. You see the MVP candidates, and Jordan Ta'amu over 2,000 yards passing with 17 touchdowns. He's rushed for a couple, and really the one area that he's really improved a lot this year is he's taken excellent care of the football.
He really has, and you look at this DC offense, you know, and they've turned the ball over the fewest of any team in the league. In large part due to the decision-making of their quarterback. And that's
Here you go. Hey, gun to his left. Chicago Lake Signal. Monday, ready? Here we go. 180. One time.
On 2nd and 10. Handoff, and not much there. Swallowed up on the left side is Lingard.
Joker, 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 joker.
10.
Down, heat, to lurk. Down, heat, to lurk. It's 10 and L. Down, heat, to
Hey,
lurk.
trips right. H right. 50. Wasway X and power. Monday, ready?
Stay tight.
Here you go. Here you go. Sure. Here you go. 180. What's that?
3rd and 10. McClendon short over the middle and short of the first down. A 3 and out as Kiki Chisholm can't get to the sticks.
I'll tell you, they've played a lot better today, this DC defense. Again, you referenced it earlier. They've allowed over 30 points in their last 4. It's a boom or bust style of defense, but there they play a little coverage. They did not pressure. You know, Luis Perez last week threw for over 350 against this defense, and it's been a little bit different game plan. And dare I say, a little bit more on the safe side. Not quite as much pressure that we've seen here from Blake Williams. And this defense has played really well so far.
And the second Houston 3 and out. And now we've got flags. Now it's 4th and 3.
False start,
4th and 8.
number 96. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
So 4th and 8 now, and Houston punting it back to DC. Defenders leading at 9-5. DC's already clinched a playoff spot, just trying to fine-tune everything this week and next before the postseason. And Rivers gets bumped. A flag is down. Rivers, the punter, went down. Looking for a little bit of running room is Mickens, and he stopped short of the 30-yard line. Is it roughing or is it running into?
Yeah, I thought he was actually kind of slung down.
Hold into the kicker, thrown into
I
the
would
kicker.
be. I think this is going to go against Houston. There was a big hold. Watch it, because the kicker gets contacted, yes, and that's what draws your attention. But watch how see the DC player gets slung down. So this, I think this should go against Houston.
Yes, tack it on.
During the kick, holding, number 20. Kicking team, 10-yard penalty added to the end of the kick. It's 1st down.
You're exactly right, Joel Clapp, the hold. And more yardage for DC to work with here with 8:51 to play in the first half.
Well, now DC is going to have excellent field position here. And Ta'amu back on the field after already playing well here early in this game.
Spread left, 23 locks, squirrels. Spread left, 23 locks, squirrels. Medium, medium, medium.
We welcome those of you who were just watching the Indy 500. Alex Palau with the win, the first Spaniard to win the Indy 500. A 9-5 advantage here alongside Joel Klatt with Jenny Taft on the field, Mike Pereira in our replay center. Our Kevin Kugler, good to have you with us for a little UFL football, week 9 of the season. In DC, the playoff-bound Defenders with a 9-5 lead here in the second quarter.
Ready, let go.
On the 38-yard line, the handoff is to Jackson. Jackson barrels forward for 4 to the 42. Playoff picture is set in the UFL. Birmingham and Michigan will play for the USFL Conference Championship. The XFL Conference will come down to St. Louis and DC.
Big reason why this DC team is in this position is their quarterback, Jordan Ta'amu, has played so well this year. As we've been talking about, likely the MVP of the league. And this offense has played well so far here in the first quarter and a half, up 9-5. Love to throw the ball. Let's see what Fred Keiss, the offensive coordinator, does here.
A razor. Let's go. Razor, 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 razor. Right, razor.
Razor, razor. Here we go, here we go. Ready, let go.
Third down, burst up the middle. That's a first down for DC as Deion Jackson moves the chains. Fred Keiss with a first down call.
Spread right.
Spread right, spread right.
Spread right, kick. 22.
Timeout for a true line measurement.
Do the measurement just to make sure. Looked like he had it by plenty, at least in live action.
Well, what you get to see here in the UFL right away is a couple of the cool things about this league. One is the
ruling on the field is a first
technology
down.
for the measurement, the true line. It is a first down, and we get to hear these play calls. We get to hear the quarterback mic'd up live in the huddle, the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator live calling the plays, mic'd up, and we get to hear it in real time. Just as the players on the field are getting to hear it. It's one of the things that I love most about this league. It makes this so interesting. And trying to think along with these guys out there as they're playing the game that we all love.
First down and 10, Ta'amu down the sideline. Little confusion there between quarterback and receiver, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
There is no foul for intentional grounding. Number 85 was deemed to be in the area. 2nd down.
Bunch right, Zoe, Philly red, T flood.
Red, T flood. Texas, 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 bunch right. T flood, T flood. Get out, get out.
Ta'amu, our Ole Miss quarterback, leading DC into the postseason, trying to lead them to their 7th win in 9 games in this 2025 season. Ta'amu on the roll, open man at the 38 is Cornell Powell. It's a first down.
I really like the way that Powell is able to recognize the coverage and then settle against zone. So here's Powell here on the outside, and watch as he just kind of reading the defense, and then he sees that it's zone, so he just kind of settles up back to the quarterback. And as Ta'amu leaves the pocket, now he's got a target. And he's got a release valve, if you will, and it's just an easy pitch and a catch, and it's a first down for DC.
4th catch, 77 yards, and a touchdown already for Powell. On first down, the handoff to Abram Smith, the former Baylor Bear. Picks up 4 up the middle.
Well, what we've seen already today is the mismatch on the outside is there, whether it's Cornell Powell, a guy like Chris Rowland, number 12. These are the guys that have been open most of the day, and they're going to dial something up here as they've crossed the 50. Now they're inside of the 40-yard line. They're going to dial something up here to these wide receivers. Watch out for a shot down the field.
Yeah, go back. Ready, go.
On 2nd down, Ta'amu to the sideline. Good tiptoe, reaching up to get it, and then Mickens got both feet down.
Here we go.
3rd and short coming up for DC.
Hey, come here. Here we go. Hey, on the double. Right left, 72, double under, alert high, on the double, ready. Running back on this side. Here we go.
3rd and 3.
Wendy's. Ready, to go.
Like a flinch up front, should be a free play for Ta'amu. He'll float it over the middle, oh my! Chris Rowland went upstairs to get it, got yanked to the turf. The pass is incomplete, but it'll be a first down after the movement up front by Houston.
Offside, number 94. Defense jumped into the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Well, here's the hit on the back end, and I got to credit Leon O'Neal because this is one of those shots where if he goes high with the head, that could be another penalty there tacked on as well, but he just kind of clotheslines his shoulder there. It probably looks worse than it was for Rowland, and then up front it was Olive Songapolu, number 94, who jumped into the neutral zone, gave Ta'amu the free play, which is why he lofted it right down the middle of the field.
Go.
On first down and 10, the toss to the sideline. That's Antonio. Javon Antonio fumbles the football. At the end of the play, he coughs it up. Leon O'Neal with the recovery, and Houston turns DC away.
Rolling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. First down, Houston.
And look, and now DC with the advantage, wrapping up week 9 in the UFL on Fox.
Be interesting next week when they go from the oval to the road course through downtown Detroit.
Yeah, we want to take it.
Are you pitching to be an analyst for the
After discussion, DC has elected to take 2nd and 3 versus 1st and 10. Therefore, the ICT is declined by rule.
My spring is filled with UFL.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. I mean, you were dropping lots of knowledge there.
It was exciting.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I think it's great. I just had no idea that I was working with such an IndyCar aficionado.
Well, you know,
I learned something every time we're together, Joel.
Play clock operator, please bump the play clock to 10 seconds.
You are a man of many talents.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sitting here. Very few talents. It's why I just gab into a microphone now.
On 2nd and 3. Off the play action. Tamu with all kinds of time over the right side to find his open man, Briley Moore. A big gain and a first down, taking us to the 2-minute warning. What great protection for Jordan Tamu. 25 yards later, it's a first down and DC's on the move. Tamu off the play fake. Briley Moore wide open for the grab. 2 minutes to go, first half, and DC marching for points.
Finally, they have arrived. A whole new lineup of delicious Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. Because for as long as probably forever, there's only been one Frosty. I mean, what would we even do? Add a bunch of Oreo cookies or Pop-Tarts pieces? That would be kind of genius, actually. Someone write that down. For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
The cockroach, resilient creatures, true miracles of evolution. Where there is one, others aren't far behind. Always scavenging for food, the cockroach will...
Well, that's horrifying.
Near its favorite
Ortho Home Defense Max Indoor Insect Barrier. One application kills and prevents bugs for 365 days.
Not in my house, you don't.
Nature's wild. Your home doesn't have to be.
Lynn?
Why are you screaming?
Because you're screaming. Are you hiding from used car shopping?
Yeah. What if I overpay?
I get it. Nearly half of all used cars have been in an accident. But that's nothing to be afraid of.
Show me, Carfax.
Knowing how a car's accident history impacts price means you don't have to overpay.
Way better. Popcorn?
Definitely. No fear, just Fox. Say show me at Carfax.com.
A 9-5 advantage for the DC Defenders. 2 minutes to go in the first half on this Memorial Day weekend. And coming up, the Progressive Halftime Show. First half stats and analysis, Week 9 highlights. We'll go inside the locker rooms, get you set for the second half. Week 9 wrapping up with DC and Houston. Remember, Houston will have the football to start the second half, but what a second quarter. Jordan Tamu has had 7 for 8 for 73 yards in the second quarter. 160 yards on the afternoon, and he's looking for more with Moore. Riley Moore down to the 39 of Houston.
And now you get the clock running inside of 2 minutes here. It will stop on a first down, or if you get out of bounds, obviously. So the clock inside of 2 minutes mirrors what we would see in college football. So with 3 timeouts in this field position, they really have a lot of time. They can't take their time, if you will. You still got to have a little bit of urgency here, but plenty of time to get this ball down the field and into the end zone.
Urgency, but you don't have to be frantic at this point. 2nd and 6 from the 39. Going deep down the left sideline. One-on-one coverage, the jump ball, but out of bounds. Seth Williams with the catch, but he couldn't get the feet down, and it's 3rd and 6.
I tell you, that's a good battle going on over there with Rashad Williams, and we saw Williams, and he stripped it away from Javon Antonio earlier, and now they go with Seth Williams, number 85, played his college ball at Auburn, 6'2", 210, goes up the ladder, but look at Williams. Rashad Williams does a great job of forcing him out as he's in the air. Terrific coverage right there for Houston.
Here we go, here we go. Ready, to go.
On 3rd and 6. Tamu, backside pressure, gets rid of it. A little tall and incomplete. He wanted Cornell Powell once more. but it's 4th and 6, and with 1:08 to play in the second quarter, DC is stymied.
Yeah, and he had him too, and he's going to want this ball back because he gets the coverage that he wants, and you're going to get Powell here on the outside, and he's going to take off, and he gets that, and if that ball is on his chest, now we're moving the sticks, and we've got a chance for points if we're DC, but this ball sails on him. It's too high, and Powell can't bring it in. And now DC is going to be forced to punt. Now Houston's going to have a minute 2, if you will, after this play, where they can try to get the ball down the field and kick a field goal.
Chance to double up for Houston. They'll get the ball to start the second half. 3 timeouts to work with, as well as the fair catch is made at the 11-yard line. So if you joined us late or you were watching the end of the Indy 500, a little recap as to where we are at this point in the game. Jordan Ta'amu connecting on the 44-yard touchdown pass to Cornell Powell. That got DC on the board, but this got Houston on the board. How about the 2-point play taken all the way back to the house by Marvin Moody Jr.? Made it a 6-2 ball game at that point. DC back to the air and marching down the field. The fumble, though, by Antonio, scooped up by Leon O'Neal. And Houston has stymied DC more than once on the Houston side of the midfield stripe. And now McClendon on first down. Up the sideline and out of bounds. Kirk Merritt picks up good first down yardage. 55 seconds and 3 timeouts to work with.
And now we just start thinking about strategy here. Chris Blewett, the kicker, he's kicked from 51 so far this year. It was last week against Michigan. So if you are
350.
Looking at field goal range, you got to get to about, the 40-yard line to feel good about it. On the opposite side of the 50, clock is going to stop on plays like that because you move the chain. So with a first down, the clock is going to stop until those chains get reset. All 3 timeouts left, so McClendon, our quarterback here, he can use any part of the field. They can stop him with a timeout or obviously get past the chains to stop the clock as we're getting the ball down the field.
Now the clock running again after the chains get set. First down and 10. McClendon over the middle. Catch is made. Justin Hall breaks free. Clock will stop with another first down at the 48 of Houston.
Boy, good throw and a good adjustment by Hall there over the middle to kind of reach back and get that ball. And now
come on.
And Houston are going to take a timeout. And we'll look back at that play because this is a really good read, and the adjustment by Hall was terrific. McClendon has a great read here, but watch Hall. Here's Hall out of the slot, and he's going to get over the linebacker, and that ball is thrown perfectly on time, but just a touch behind Hall, who's able to jump up, stop his momentum, and get back to that left side to catch it. And they move the chains here, and now they really only need, about 15 more yards to feel good about a field goal attempt. And with 2 timeouts and 37 seconds, that's plenty of time.
Come on.
Chris Blewett's career long in college was 56 at Pitt. He hit a 54-yarder for the Pittsburgh Maulers in the USFL in 2023, so he's got the leg to do it. His NFL career long, you saw there, 52.
We need to get the ball to about the opposite 40. So you're looking at 13 yards right now to feel good about a chance for a field goal.
Hey, alert right, go right. Here you go. 180. What's that?
First down and 10. Low snap. McClendon, a big quarterback, had to go get it. He's sacked. Flags come in, though. Did they get the face mask in the midst of the sack?
Oh, I thought there were face masks on both sides because
Here you go.
Roberson gets his mask grabbed as he's going for McClendon.
Face mask, number 79. Offense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still first down.
Yeah, so watch the left tackle here. You've got Avery Genesee, left guard, number 74, and the tackle, Zach Banner. He grabs the face mask of Roberson, and then Roberson grabs the face mask of McClendon.
I promise he got my face.
Coach has elected to decline the face mask. It's second down.
So they didn't call the Roberson face mask. This could be the usage of a super challenge if you wanted to have a penalty put on. In the UFL, each coach has one super challenge. You can challenge any single play and ask for a penalty to be put on. But in that case, the penalties would offset.
But you would gain the 15 yards. That's exactly right. And that might be more important here.
Houston, by the way, is 0 for 5 on super challenges this season.
I think they should use it here.
Houston is challenging that there was a face mask on the quarterback. Previous play is under review.
Okay, so we're going to take a look at this, obviously. And the question's going to be, he's got the face shield on this. The question is, he grabs the edge of the helmet and then does turn it. He does turn it. I mean, is it the biggest face mask? It's not as big as the one that was called on 79, which is a good call there. So we're looking at here as to whether we offset and replay the down. Is it enough? I think it is, because he does grab the edge of the mask, and so therefore we're going to offset these. We're going to offset this, and we're going to replay the down. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
After review, there are 2 face mask fouls on both teams. Those will offset first down.
And what Mike Pereira in our Verizon Command Center didn't get a chance to say is that with that successful challenge, now Houston earns a second challenge to have, assuming they have a timeout in this game. So the first time this year they've been successful on the Super Challenge.
Yeah, and you got to expect that you're going to get some heat from DC. And you saw that blitz start to pick up from Blake Williams. That's what he wants to do. I've said that this is a boom-bust defense. They're going to blitz. I would look for something to get the ball out quickly, a drive route or a screen.
First down, there's that good pass, and it is a first down to the 37-yard line. Now you're within Chris Blewett's field goal range. Houston's going to use their second timeout here, I believe.
Houston has called their second charge timeout of the half. 30 seconds in length.
So now you've got 29 seconds and 1 timeout. Let's listen in.
What you thinking, EP?
How much time we got?
I got 1 left. I got 1 timeout left now. I don't want to use it. Tell we kick it or I want to score a touchdown. No, perfect. Got that. I like it.
Yeah.
Go. Give it to him.
Ball in the middle. 11 personnel.
Got 1 left.
Buzz right, wide peel. Larry, dash right, Z pylon, F Flutie.
All right, here you go.
Buzz right, wide peel. Larry, dash right, Z pylon, F Flutie.
It's 11, right?
Buzz right, no peel. Buzz right, Larry, dash right, pylon, Flutie. Monday, ready? Yeah, no peel. Yeah. Hey, hop it.
First down and 10. Jalen McClendon outstanding on this drive.
Just can't take a sack here because you are just kind of at the edge of range here. And here they come.
Pressure coming. McClendon on the roll. Away from the pressure. Down the sideline. Got a man open. It's Justin Hall. And Hall diving out of bounds.
Run the ball.
Great play all the way around by Hall.
Now, it depends on whether his momentum was going backwards. If they were progress stopped and then got pushed back out of bounds, then this clock will roll when the chains are set.
327.
Houston's assuming it will. They're up to the line quickly.
Here we go. 180. What's that?
No clock movement, though. McClendon with pressure again. Chugging to the sideline. McClendon with positive yardage and out of bounds at the 14. Still 16 seconds and 1 timeout to work with for Houston.
And that's plenty time for 2 shots into the end zone.
Escapes. Let's go. Empty right, 50 Delta go escapes.
Empty right.
Escapes.
Hey, Delta.
You gotta throw it in the end zone.
Delta.
Take a shot.
Come on, 50,
or
50.
throw it away. We got the field goal.
Here we go. 180. What's up?
2nd and 6. McClendon over the middle. Deflected and almost intercepted. Oh, Micah Baskerville nearly had the pick in the end zone.
Boy, trying to fit this ball in right over this slot here, and the linebacker is right in the throwing zone, and they are so lucky, Houston is, that ball didn't get picked off by Micah Baskerville. Oh my goodness, it was right in his hands. You cannot force the football if you're Jalen McClendon here.
Indy.
3rd and 6.
26. Here you go. 180. What's up?
McClendon looking end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Houston. Zipped it in to Kiki Chisholm.
Let's go. told you. Oh, Nick, I told you. Y'all know who that. Hey, hold on. Not gonna die.
Well, they just took advantage of that backside linebacker, Shane Simon. He turned towards the right side of the offense, and then with the arm strength, McClendon just threw a rifle ball to Chisholm for that touchdown.
No.
1 for 1. They're 3 for 9 on 1-point tries this year. And a flag is down. And
offense, 5-yard penalty. Retry for 1 point.
That's mine.
I can't keep saying here we go, because then they're going to jump this next.
I got you. Just tell me. Same?
With the move back to the 8-yard line, still a 1-point try. Trying to cap that 89-yard scoring drive, the longest of the season for the Roughnecks.
Here we go, come on. Here we go. 180. What's time?
McClendon, that's just thrown away. Nobody open, nowhere to go, but a flag is down.
Player downfield, number 79. Offense, penalties decline. Extra point is no good.
Extra point no good, but the touchdown is good right before halftime, Joel Klatt.
Yeah, let's go back and check this out. So Shane Simon is number 33. He's the linebacker on the left side. Watch his eyes. They're going to go over, and he's going to move all the way to the middle of the field, and McClendon just stays on that left side and throws that ball to Chisholm right there where the linebacker had vacated. And that's really an easy read for McClendon, but a beautiful job of fitting that ball in there. You can see the arm strength. That's the talent that the McClendon brings, is the arm strength, that tight window throw. And Houston, who defensively, you know, they gave up a lot of yards in that first half. DC almost 6.5 yards per play, and yet they were able to get the stops when necessary to hold them to 9 points, and then a beautiful 2-minute series for McClendon and that offense. 8 plays, 89 yards in only 54 seconds, capped off by that 14-yard touchdown to Kiki Chisholm. And it looks like, pending what happens on this kickoff, that they'll go into half with the lead. And as you mentioned at the start of the series, Kev, they'll get the ball to start the second half.
Top teams have separated themselves, and the UFL playoff field is set. We've got the XFL Conference Championship game Sunday.